Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Let's get the music going, man. We're gonna make this a quick one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is my joint.
Come on to the bar.
You know what it is. Oh, yeah. Listen. Hello, YouTube. Cheers. And welcome to the Basement Live. Gonna be a quick one. My name is Bruce Lively, and I am black. Whoa. My name is Bruce Lively, and I am black. Now, according to Faizon Love, I'm not. Because I find Dave Chappelle pretty darn funny. We're going to have to get into it. I'm going to play a little bit of what this guy said, and I'm just going to talk about why he's the worst kind of black. I hate saying it like that, but if he has the right to say that Dave Chappelle never made black people laugh, then I get to call him the worst kind of black if I want to. It's my prerogative, right? That's what this is all about, right? So yeah, my name is Bruce Lively, and I am black. I was born in Jamaica. I'm an American citizen, so I'm Jamaican American. Maybe not African American, but we're all from Africa at some point, so yeah, I'm that too. And I find Dave Chappelle pretty friggin' hilarious. I don't understand why someone like Faizon would say something like that until you listen closely. And so that's what I tend to do today. We're going to play a little bit of what he said, and I'm going to try to break it down into a way that we can understand it. You guys with me? I see 2 people already logged in. If you're with me, say yeah. Say you're with me. Let's do this. I'm going to make it quick too, man.
You said Dave Chappelle is the whitest comedian out there. Why you feel that way?
I said, no.
Goodness.
What did he say?
I said, he's. Well, first of all, we were talking about the Monique situation, and she feels that she.
And he's gonna go in on her too.
Him or whoever, whatever.
Close to, she said.
Yeah, and it's like it's not really about that. Netflix is just fucking with him. They've always fucked with Dave.
Could that be because they don't F with you? The worst kind of black is the jealous kind of black. The guy who sees other people's success and thinks that they got on because they have some special privilege given by white people that makes them more than they really are because they didn't mess with me like that. The kind that thinks that if a white person finds you funny, then you can't be black enough. The reason why I said I'm Jamaican American is because there are many types of black in America. Growing up in a Jamaican household, I have never eaten collard greens. I mean, until I got older. My wife can make them and they're nice. But we had callaloo. I had curry goat. Many black Americans have never eaten goat in their life. Does that mean that I don't relate to the black experience? And I seem like I'm going off on a tangent, but this is really what you have is this guy who is a poor excuse, a jealous brother who's mad that Netflix never came to him and was mad that for some reason Dave Chappelle had white people in his audience. Let's hear what he has to say.
They don't really fuck with us, but white people built Dave.
Oh.
He's never, for a fact, he's never made niggas laugh.
For a fact, he's never made niggas laugh. This is what I'm talking about. Tell the truth, people. What does that mean? He's never made me laugh, and I'm black, so therefore, for a fact, he's never made niggas laugh. Because every black person that's not like me and doesn't relate to my experience can't find that dude really funny. I guess in order to be black, you have to be talking about what? Black people do stuff like this. And white people do stuff like this. Black moms do this to their kids. And white moms do this to their Johnnies. What observation. How awesome. It's impossible for him to think that somebody talking about weed and a suburban experience is funny and black at the same time. White people had to make him, huh? You're not, no one's black enough. And you hear it in the way this guy talks, and his actual response to women being abused was, I'm giving out my number so we can go beat them up. Because that makes me sound real cool, real gutter. I'm a nigger. You're just a fat, ignorant person, Faizon. That's all. You're just a fat, ignorant person. Black or white. Let's continue.
Well, ain't funny now. Come on, Chappelle Show classic.
No. Funny. Charlie Murphy's writing, rest in peace, was classic.
That's true.
Dave Chappelle. There was a season before that was whack.
Which one?
The first one.
No, man.
Yes.
The first season of Dave Chappelle was whack.
Was whack. The second season is when Charlie started writing, and that's when you saw the Rick James and all the other fly stuff.
Let's take into account, people. The first season, the very first show, was when Dave Chappelle played a black Ku Klux Klan member. Are you serious? If that's not one of the most classic, funny hit skits in black comic history, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Let's continue to see why he thinks this.
He wasn't fly. He wasn't funny.
First season was funny, Faizon.
Jealousy really sucks.
What was on the first season?
Exactly.
They all blend together.
No, exactly.
I'm going to be quick.
Name some funny shit for the first season.
They all blend together, but it was funny, man.
Listen. Okay. Say, before that, when he was funny.
I wasn't on Dave before that.
That's what I'm saying. So where's this king of the...
So, another excuse. Before he was on Dave Chappelle's show, one of the greatest comic shows, the show that made Comedy Central bigger than it was, better than it was, simply because he was on it. Before that, when was he funny? Well, I'll tell you what, Faizon Love. Before you were a big worm, when were you funny? In other words, he's mad because someone that gets a little bit of light gets the fame that they've been working for on the comic strips in Washington, D.C. their whole life, and the minute that they get onto a show that gives them the platform to be funny to other people, he's going to ask, well, when were you funny before? I don't know. I wasn't in Washington, D.C., family. I didn't go to the small clubs. I'm not that much of a fan of comedy clubs. I like to watch TV, and sometimes I find a comedian that's funny as Dave Chappelle. I didn't know about you till you were a big worm. I'm sure you were doing stand-up before then. I'm sure you were probably whatever it was before then. Because you're on a movie that blows you up, you're going to ask somebody, well, when were you funny before then? When were you funny before Big Worm, fam?
How many shit
His new stand-up is really good.
The last one was funny.
Yeah, and I went to go see him at Radio City. He was
that
funny.
Shit was funny. The shit I saw was on New Year's Eve or whatever.
Go ahead.
The little spot where you
well, that was part of it.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get to the good part.
I thought it was dope. But the first part was we talked about he didn't want to get Kevin Harted and all that shit.
Yeah.
That shit, I thought that shit was great.
Me too.
Let's go.
It was dope. But the rest of that bullshit, I'm like, is that what y'all give
the rest of it?
This bullshit.
But he's a draw though. I mean,
you mean the most classic show in Comedy Central history? The rest of that stuff was just bull.
He's had he's done specials. He's been doing specials for years, but they've been whack.
Dave Chappelle specials.
I had one in DC that was good before.
Killing Me Softly, the Dave Chappelle special was whack. Somebody respond here to me. Let me know that it's not just me. Maybe when he says he's never made niggas laugh, maybe he meant African Americans that don't see anything differently than he does. I mean, that only sees things the way he does, I guess. I don't know. Maybe if you only grew up in his neighborhood and only has his experiences, are you black enough to understand that Dave Chappelle isn't funny? I'm at a loss for words. Let's continue.
One live from DC.
When?
Come
So
on.
I'm trying to tell
Black
you.
people. Yeah.
I'm like, he did a whole Keenan. They taken
Never
away
been
Super
whacked.
Keenan.
Thank
Like,
you,
okay,
Bloods,
thank you,
Crips, and
nigga.
Essays.
Like scary movies, he created that shit, and then they took it away from him.
What do you think if Keenan was out now, like still?
Suburban background.
Yeah, that's
and
that
some
bullshit.
Wayne
Here we
Keenan.
go.
I call
Here
him
we
raised
go.
with whites. Fuck out of here, nigga. I was raised with the whites. I wasn't raised. I was raised in Yellow Springs. Fuck out of here.
And here we get to the crux of the situation of the worst type of black, the jealous black. And I say that in all hilariousness. It sounds so racist even coming out of my mouth. I hate doing it. But just to prove the point, just to show you what it sounds like to listen to this guy, in this rant that he's been on for the past couple years, he's hated everybody. And I've been wondering, why does he hate everybody? Why is he always saying he's going to beat somebody up? Why is he always trying to be the most gutter version of himself whenever the camera gets turned on? And I finally see it right here. He thinks that that's what being black is. And that is the real sin. There is no difference. Just like if a white person thinks that all black people are like this or like that, it's just as bad to be black and think that all black people have to be like me. There's no difference. That's the worst kind of black. And listen to who he calls on and trying to prove his point.
Richard Pryor was raised in Bloomington.
Richard Pryor.
But could it be different because Dave ain't come?
Yellow Springs. Fuck out of here.
Richard Pryor
was raised in Bloomington. Peoria, Illinois. You know what that is?
Peoria is the name of it.
Peoria, Illinois.
There you
Is it
go.
a black town?
No.
I don't know.
It ain't that, man. It's like, it's just, I'm talking about, they're dumbing it down.
They're dumbing
And people
it
are
down.
not saying the real shit. That's all.
And he's not saying the real shit. Stop. First of all, in mentioning Richard Pryor, saying that white people made Dave Chappelle, anybody out there right now, I'm about to get off. I promise I can't do this for too long. This isn't really my type of shtick. I just had to say it. It's a live show, and it's Wednesday. We didn't have nothing else to do. My man, D-Boy Slim, couldn't be here today, so we decided to go in for a little bit. Richard Pryor, any of his classic stand-ups, would you please take a look in the audience and tell me the color of the skin of the people there? Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Bloods, Crips, and Essays. He said Richard Pryor was great. Dave Chappelle was made by white people. The truth is, Richard Pryor was great because the white people loved him as well as the black people. Since they're the majority of people in America, you kind of need them to be a national star. You don't have to ask for them. They just have to find you funny. There's nothing you do or don't do that says, hey, Sunset Strip. Listen, Richard Pryor, the entirety of the people in his audience and all of his most classic stand-ups were white people. Did white people make Richard Pryor? Or was it that he wasn't around when you were trying to do your thing, so you have nothing to be jealous about? That's the fact, Faizon. Tell the truth. Nobody's seen you do anything interesting since Big Worm, and you're saying that you're not going to ever go to Netflix. No, I know you're not, because they haven't asked you. They never written you. They haven't called your agent. That's why you're not going there. It's not because you're some great person standing up for the black rights and you want to do it independently. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. I'm just going to do it independent. This is TV, not music. You get paid $40 million by people like Netflix. Independent means you don't know if you're going to make the money or not. Stop lying. I mean, there's a little bit more, people.
You know, he was around when we did Friday. Why wasn't he in that?
Dave was around that?
And here we go.
They used to get
Once
a TV
again.
show pilot every
Why wasn't he in Friday? I was in Friday. I can't, people. I can't. I don't even know what else to say.
A pilot boy. And it would fail. Every year, he would get a pilot. They just gave him a Grammy. I'm like, how the fuck do you get a Grammy with a...
On one hand, white people made Dave Chappelle. On the other hand, he used to do a pilot every year and it would always fail. Which one is it? Faizon, which one is it? Did they bring him up? Or did he always fail in their company? The truth is, the minute that they brought him up, they meaning the people, you found a reason to hate on him. Because you're still just Big Worm. And those are the facts. Black people, I'm done. I can't say no more. If you think I'm wrong, say so in the comments. The truth is, jealousy is ugly. And Faizon is also ugly. I'm sorry. That's not even talking about that. No, jealousy is ugly. And Faizon has made himself ugly by being this jealous of the great people that we can look up to, i.e. Dave Chappelle. He's not black enough for you, Faizon. Richard Pryor is more black, even though his entire audience for 3 different specials was all white. Half of his movies was in the company of white actors, white directors, made for white people. The truth is you're jealous. You're not funny anymore. I'm not sure when you were funny. Big Worm was a small part. I didn't think anything of you. And the only thing I think of you now is you're the worst type of black. There's more than just one type. We're all different types in America. And some of us think that the things that Dave Chappelle are funny because his experiences are closer to ours than the one that you try to falsely portray every time the camera turns on and you want to be Mr. Black. That's almost called cooling. You're trying to be the biggest stereotype of the worst things about black all the time, and you think that that's what makes you black. That's unfortunate. Time to grow up, people. That's the basement. I got a bunch of shout outs. We're doing it tomorrow. I want to make sure that D-Boy Slim is here in order to, to comment on those comments, if that's the thing. That's the basement for the day. The basement live. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. I just played the first 10 minutes of his stupid, ignorant rant, and he's wrong. He's wrong. Let us know right down there in the comments. That's Wednesday's show. We'll be back tomorrow with another hot show. D-Boy Slim will also be here. Enjoy the basement, people. Peace.